check out my new HR agent in action. So here we are in Slack, and let's say that someone has a question about the annual learning stipend at our fictional company called Brightwave. Now, this question would typically go to someone in HR, and it's kind of trivial and it's kind of a waste of an HR person's time. But our agent can pick up that question and respond immediately and even provide a reference for where that documentation is for folks to follow up on. Okay, so that's an HR agent, but you can also have an agent for your marketing department, for your legal department, and you can even have multiple agents within each of your different departments. In order for those agents to be helpful, you need to give them access to domain knowledge about your company and processes, etc., and also access to the services and the tooling that your company is using in order for those agents to take action on behalf of users. That's why I was excited to see Replit's new connectors features that makes it super easy to connect to all the data sources and the tooling that your company is using so that I can have an HR agent that is actually helpful and functional. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I built out this HR agent and importantly, how I'm using Replit's new connectors to give my agent access to the tools and the domain knowledge that actually is going to make it helpful and useful. So let's jump into it. So the user interaction is happening on Slack, but this agent is hosted on and was vibe coded on Replit using Agent 3. So I'm essentially going back and forth with Agent 3 to help me build out this HR agent. Let me give you a little bit of a better sense of what's going on here. So I have my HR agent and it has access to an LLM. That's where the intelligence is coming into play. It also has access to memory so it can keep track of conversations. It has a system prompt. That's the directions and the guidance that I'm giving my agent. And importantly, it has access to tools. Here are the 3 different tools that I'm going to show you. You already saw the Dropbox search capability. So here, when agent gets a query, it will go and fetch relevant context from this data source and then respond back to that query. And that is being powered by Replit's new Dropbox connectors. So let me show you where to access those. So if you go here to Replit, and head over to integrations and scroll down to connectors, you're going to see my Dropbox connector. It has been activated. And it's pretty easy to set this up. You click on this, you sign into your Dropbox account, and boom, your agent or your application now has access to your Dropbox account. This is pretty wild. And check this out. I've also set up a Notion connector. So if I head over back to my agent and I say HR agent, hey, agent, can you give me an update on the benefits package review project? Drop that in there. Agent is going to acknowledge that request. And now it's going to use the Notion connector to go and query my project's database and give me a response on that ask. So if I click on this here, you can see that it's giving me an update on this project. And it's telling me what the latest update is, and it's even giving me a link so that I can go check out that project for myself. Pretty cool, right? The third tool that I have here is around streamlining typical processes. Let's go back to HR agent and say, can you help me set up an exit interview for Billy Smith, please? Drop that in there. And agent is going to pick that up, and agent has specific instructions on how to carry out this task. So it's going to come back and say, sure, can you provide me with these additional details? So I might say, yeah, absolutely. The role is engineer. The department is engineering, and the last day of work is going to be October 15th, 2025. Drop that in. And now my HR agent is going to set up a new document, put in the details that I have just provided, and also give me a set of questions that I want to be making available. So you can see here, exit interview for Billy Smith. Here are the details, and then the questions that an HR person might have for Billy Smith as he's exiting the company. So this is just an example of different processes that can be streamlined with our HR agent. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. With these set of new connectors, you can imagine just any number of different capabilities being made available to your HR agent. And so whether that HR agent is looking for information, providing updates, or taking actions, there's just so much more that my HR agent is now going to be able to do because of these connectors that are now available. And this goes for agents, but it also goes for apps. So if you're building out, say, like a custom dashboard and you want to pull in information from your HubSpot or from Notion or from a Discord, you can have that all in one application. I'm really excited about this. This has been such a pain, and this is going to make it so much easier for folks to build out the agents and the tools that they want. I encourage you to go check this out, and I'd love to hear what you're building, whether that's an agent, a custom dashboard, a custom application. Drop it below, and I'll catch you on the next one.